Hi, this is Mark Tibb speaking. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Alright, so I was just watching a video uploaded by Lady Shan. So firstly, big up to her. She's put out some great content lately. And on this particular video, I'll put it in the description box for you all, where she will show you the audio of John Fury talking about this particular subject. So go check out that one. Now, John Fury, of course, he's been doing a tour around the UK, some Q&A as part of his Gold Star promotions, whatever it's called. And hopefully anybody out there who's been attending these events, hopefully you've been having a good time. Now, he done an interview after one of these events in what town or city, I have no idea, where he was speaking to Boxing Social. Now, I don't watch Boxing Social. I don't give them not 1 second of my time. I have my morals. I have my reasons as to why. But within this one, he was talking about Tyson Fury, how he's almost rolling over and allowing Wilder to put out derogatory things about Tyson, calling him... Well, basically, he's accusing Tyson Fury of criminal activity. Loaded gloves. He even put his finger through the glove on one occasion and scratched Deontay Wilder's ear. He's accused Tyson being a natural cheater because of his race, his heritage, of being a traveller, and the list goes on and on and on, okay? Even though all of them are absolutely ludicrous. Now, what John is saying is, yet again, something that I've been saying for quite some time. But of course, I mean, I get hate from it, from the Tyson Fury fanatics, because they're so concerned about whether or not I just will support anything and everything that Tyson Fury does, like they do. And if you don't, then you're a hater. And I don't know really why that concerns them, but it does, because it's very emotional. But John, time and time again, says the same things that I've been saying. So is he a hater of Tyson? I wouldn't have thought so. But anyway, when it comes to this particular thing, which is, why is Tyson Fury just allowing Wilder to do it all? Why is it that he's okay with Wilder taking him to court, but he's not okay to take Wilder to court, when Wilder has been saying some pretty derogatory things about him? And at a bare minimum, surely Tyson would want Wilder to prove these things that he's been saying. Prove it. Because if you can't prove it, then it can't be true. Okay? So no matter what comes out of this case, the world will know. Is Deontay Wilder just been delusional, like most of us believe that he is? For me, I don't believe not one thing that Tyson Fury has done that's cheated against Deontay Wilder. I don't believe it. Other than inside the ring, where of course he grabbed him in headlock and leaning all over him. But again, that's something that fighters do anyway. And of course you do it until the referee tells you to stop, right? But as far as the gloves is concerned, the spiking of the water, none of that is true. None of it is true. But if any of it is true, even just one thing is true, Wilder would have to prove it. So surely Tyson would want that. And for him to not take Deontay Wilder to court, of course, you do have to question, is any one of the things that Deontay Wilder has said possibly true? As I said before, I don't think so. But if he's not going to countersue Deontay Wilder and just allow Wilder and, of course, his radical fan base to say these things about him, why is that? Is there an element of truth to something? It's a possibility, right? However unlikely. But what John is saying is absolutely correct. Why are you fighting Deontay Wilder for a third time? We've seen you fight him twice already. We've seen you do it. It's not like the rematch was a close fight. It wasn't. It was a one-sided beatdown. So even if Tyson fights him for a third time, which of course could be October the 9th, and does it again, maybe even more emphatically next time, who knows? Well, it's a lose-lose situation for Tyson, isn't it? Because the only thing that he can do is say, there you go, after beating Deontay Wilder. Say, yeah, congratulations. We've seen you do it before, twice. First time you got robbed to a draw. So you've just done something that we've seen you do already. So congratulations. If somehow Wilder, again, it's heavyweight boxing, so of course it's very possible that Wilder will pull out the punch to end Tyson Fury. Because Tyson is susceptible to getting landed on. Tyson Fury is not unbeatable, regardless of some of his fanatics. What they believe. Tyson is beatable. And at some point, he will lose. The longer he stays in boxing, the longer he has dangerous fights, at some point, he's going to get caught. At some point, he's going to lose. So why would you give Wilder this opportunity when really you don't need to? I know people say, but arbitration is a contract. Nobody's ever heard of arbitration before this. Let's be honest about it, or at least very few people have, but suddenly everybody's a damn expert on it, right? But contract, no. No judge can force Tyson Fury kicking and screaming into that ring, grab him by the scruff of the neck and throw him in there. No, the only thing that will possibly happen is, again, I've interviewed Bob Arum on a couple of occasions. And what is it that he says? Well, worst case scenario, we'll have to give Wilder some damages. Worst case scenario. So why not just do that? Why not go fight Anthony Joshua? As John Fury says, you should be fighting Joshua. But instead, you're actually rewarding Deontay Wilder for saying all these things. Even though Tyson himself said, I ain't ever going to fight him again because of the things that he said. Okay, well, here you are. You are going to be fighting him again. Is he just a company man for Top Rank and ESPN now? This man who says, ain't nobody going to force me to do anything. No sanctioning body is ever going to force me to fight somebody I don't want to fight. And nobody going to make me do anything. Well, clearly they do, Tyson. Are you lying again? Clearly, right? Are you worried that something will come up if you did sue Wilder that would make it look bad on you? If you're not, if you generally did nothing, which I believe he didn't, if you generally did nothing, then why haven't you done it? And again, while there's a legal case going on, you can't fight each other, can you? You're not allowed to do it. Which is why Wilder and Brazil couldn't fight for quite some time, because Brazil was suing Deontay Wilder for something over the attack in Alabama. So, in the meantime, you could actually go fight Anthony Joshua. It's got nothing to do with the WBC. Do you think the WBC are going to strip Tyson Fury and say, no, you are not going to fight Anthony Joshua for Undisputed, where we will make an absolute fortune out of that fight? Of course they're not going to do it. This whole arbitration case, one thing that I do know about it, had nothing to do with the WBC. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. So why is he fighting him for a third time? We don't need to see that fight. I don't care if it had happened on July the 24th, October the 9th, December the 5th. I don't care when this fight happens. Not particularly interested, because I've seen it twice already. And if Wilder pulls out a punch because you've opened that door for him again, when you didn't need to, because you could have ended it back in December, there was an option to terminate the contract, but you decided not to do it. Again, you don't have to believe me with it. You don't have to believe Eddie Hearn with it. Go listen to John Fury. But again, I know some Fury fanatics say, yeah, but John is not really involved. He's his dad. He will know far more than you and I know. Far more. Why do you think he's upset about it? Do you think that John is saying anything and everything that he hears and knows? No, of course not. As much as he's criticising, he still wants to protect Tyson from certain criticisms. Of course he does. But John is a very upfront, honest kind of person, isn't he? He is. For me, I think that John is absolutely correct. He's not saying anything that I haven't said before, which is, on this particular occasion, why is he not countersuing Deontay Wilder? He should be countersuing him. He should be doing it. Because I'm pretty sure Tyson would win. It's free money, right? It's free money. It's not like Fury can take a YouTuber to court, for example, because there's no point. It'll cost him more in legal fees than it would for the result of it. It's just not worth doing. But with Deontay Wilder, it's totally different. So at least financially, you'll get it. And you'll also be able to put out to the world, to the public, that this man was lying. That he's just coming up with these conspiracies. It will shut him up. But you don't want to do it. Why is that? Anyway, as I said, Lady Shannon's video in the description box. Go give it a watch for yourself if you haven't seen the Boxing Social interview. Go give this particular video a watch just so you can hear what it is that I've been talking about in this video. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.